Hey guys, touring Australia, hitting some of the hard tracks, and I just thought we'd quickly go over before we give the vehicle a clean up. You know, we kept it pretty clean, dry conditions, a little bit wet and slippery on the tracks as demonstrated in the video, but how much possible damage. You can see even the rim was hard against the rock. We've got black powder coating. It's over 5 years old. You can see the side of the rim even down to the alloy through the powder coat, and that puncture repair still holding well. Tyres, see a bit of abrasion across there. There was quite a bit of action going on. They even tried to slice down the middle. You can see the line down the middle. I don't know if you can see that. Pretty nasty. Have a bit closer look at that later, but what I thought we'd look at is just a quick look at all the tyres and then the underneath the underbody, just on the ground here, at the typical things that are going to get hit, so you know what you need to protect. That tyre looks pretty good, but lots of, see on that sidewall there, lots of damage, and the BFGs just seem to have the strength there over and above the other tyres we've used and seen on the tracks over the years. Let's go around the other side. The other side here, same sort of thing. You can see all the scuffing all the way around. Usually from, see where the riding is to the rim is fairly clear. That's the case at this side, pretty well. Bit of a try there against a rock, a bit of a cut there. Remember, this is basically a new set of tyres other than that right rear which has got the plug in it. So this is one track. I mean, we give it a good crack, but one track. Obviously the driver's side is the bad side. It's looking pretty good. Let's have a look underneath. So looking underneath the front, you can see on the ARB bullbar we've got the KAON airflow upgrade, we'll call it. It's a plate that goes underneath the front of the bullbar upgrade, allowing more air to the cooling system. And you can see we've got that main sump guard underneath. So, you know, bit of mud and that on the suspension, that's all. Right, not much. But you can see that sump guard, the areas where the mud and dirt are, where it's scraped. Got quite a few decent hits and pushes around on that track yesterday, believe it or not. Got slammed, but it's still in pretty good condition. Might find a bit of movement here or there, slight bending, but I doubt it. The 4mm plate's pretty strong. We'll have a closer look once we get up on the hoist in other videos on other subjects. We always, you know, browse past. Let's get a bit further down and check out that fuel tank guard. You can see the rear diff. If you can see it from there, a fair bit. But let's get down there and have a look, eh? Okay, so looking underneath from the passenger side. Even looking forward towards the bash plate, looks pretty good. Nothing ever goes near the transmission, that's quite high up, but you can get a guard for that. It's always a risk depending on your driving. Same with the transfer case, generally good, but the 150s have got that actuator on the back, so you might want to get a guard for that. Bolts to the chassis. Now let's have a look at this fuel tank guard, right? See this corner here? That looks like it's taken quite a bit of a hit there in one track, right? Still looking good though. And if we look further down, you can see this is one track, right? Normally the standard fuel tank guard would cop a hammering and there'd be a big, from that, I don't know, this is really hard to see what I'm trying to show you here. But basically, over here is where I'm looking. Does that work? I'm left-handed, inside out, back to front. Where am I? Over here. See that mark there? We'll have a closer look at the hoist again in later videos, but you know, if you haven't got this fuel tank guard on, you're going to bend that thin tin guard into the plastic fuel tank and need to repair it. And then you can see the rear diff. Can I try and see what's going on? See the rear diff there? Fair bit of mud and everything. That's why you buy Toyotas. We're about to wash all that off now. You can see the exhaust system doesn't get any dents on it. It's not like I'm telling you the things that get damaged and things that don't, so you don't add and worry about things you don't need, but you get the things you do need. Okay, on the Prados 120 and 150 for the rear fuel tank guard, kaon.com.au. Right, with the heavy duty side steps, bit of mud gets flicked up under there. Look, you know, that just it saves your sides a little bit, because as you can see here, there's some decent dents and stuff. Over time, the tracks can hit the sides here and it keeps the rest of the side of the vehicle off damage most of the time. If you get onto something, it pushes, instead of pushing the stock ones and ruining those and bending them up into the sills, damaging the sill, it gives you that bit of protection is the main thing there. So these are the main components, minimum. First one is the front sump guard, right up there, and the next one would be this fuel tank guard. If you've got a 150, the transfer case guard that goes chassis to chassis, covering the actuator there. If you're a really bad driver, get the guard for the automatic transmission pan there. And you can also, if you do a lot of outback touring, you can also get the rear shock guards, which we haven't got installed on this vehicle because, as mentioned before, we've got other vehicles for the touring now, so won't be doing as much of that. So we're going to run these to do a bit of R&TU on those boots. Alright, you know. Anyway, I can't even see what's going on the camera there. Got a bit of sun causing problems, so that's a video. Just wanted to show you what damage may have happened. Please give us a thumbs up if it's helping you understand what protection you need for the underbody. Subscribe, turn the bell on, better videos coming your way, and check out the others. See you guys. Oh, and just lastly, see the rear fuel tank? Got a bit of a touch at that side there, just a little bit. See, it's not bent in. Should be no reason to really ruin that or need to replace the guard on the rear fuel tank at this stage. I don't see many vehicles, but I either got a video coming soon, a really short one, or one that's come out recently, and it'll show you one that's absolutely stoved in. It was the worst one we've ever seen. This vehicle's done a lot of tracks. This vehicle never had to take it off and repair it, and that hardest track in Wombat track is the one that they do sometimes get, like I said, get a bit of a touch each side of the brackets, like there, at that side there. Sometimes this side, this exhaust tip's had a touch. You can see the rear bar gets a bit of a touch, you know, rock flick mainly. The tow bar, bottom of the tow bar here definitely gets a bit of a scrape, but not the fuel tank, okay? You can see the rear diff there where it was backing into that. We were just diffed out, if you like, but still got the job done. Anyway guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Subscribe, bell on, give us a thumbs up. See ya.